Using the Pythagoras law in the circle ABC, we know that AC squared plus BC squared is equal to AB squared. And if I now replace the values X for AC and Y for BC and R for AB, I get my formula for the circle. My standard formula for the circle. Y here is implicitly defined because we do not have y equal to something or f of x equal to something. Note that we also have restrictions on x. X will lie in between plus r and minus r, and y will lie in between plus r and minus r, because we cannot go beyond to the left of minus r and we cannot go to the right of plus r, and the same for the y values. The problem, however, is, as I said, the xy, as x and y move along, the r stays positive, r is always positive, but the x and y can change signs, and it doesn't matter, the ratio still holds, because we still have that the horizontal line and the vertical line are always perpendicular on each other, so I will always have a triangle where I can use Pythagoras law. Note, however, that the formula does not represent a function, because remember, function is when I draw a vertical line and I move it from left to right, it must cut the graph only once, and that will only happen at -3 and +3, which is incidentally the tangent lines to the circle there. So this circle is not a function, and in first year mathematics we are not interested in a circle on its own, but just functions. Let us look at shifted circles. Now, if the circle is shifted to a new position, then the standard equation of this new shifted circle will be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. In this case, hk is the center or the midpoint of the shifted circle with radius r. We use the American spelling for the center, and then I can show you some examples on this. Let us look at the green circle. This I considered as my mother function, but contradictory to the other hyperbola, parabola, etc., we can have many of these green graphs with different radiuses. So I just use the one with a radius 2, and the center is the origin, and the radius, as I mentioned, is 2. If we look at the blue graph, we see we have two endpoints. The one is 0 minus 1 and the other is 4 minus 1. So my radius can be 4 minus 0 divided by 2, which is equal to 2. So that is my radius. What is my center? If I take the right endpoint here, 4, and I go back 2 units, I will land at my center will be at 2 and minus 1. So the y value is minus 1, the x value is plus 1. So the center we have 2 minus 1. Or I can start with the left endpoint here and add 2 to get to that point. So if I then write down the equation of the blue graph, then I have my h is equal to 2 and my k is equal to -1. So I have x minus 2 squared plus y minus -1 squared is equal to 2 squared. And if I simplify that, I get x minus 2 squared plus y plus 1 squared is equal to 4. So my blue graph is the green graph shifted 2 units to the right and 1 unit down, because my h is equal to 2, that is positive, and my k is equal to -1, that is negative. So that's why it's shifting down. If I look at my red graph, then I see I have an endpoint here at -5, 1, and that endpoint there is at -1, 1. So if I start with my radius, then I get -1 -5 divided by 2. That gives me 4 divided by 2, which is equal to 2. And if I look at my center, then that means 1, 2 back will give me that point there, which is -3, and it has the same y value, so that is -3. 1 is my center. So now I can write down my equation. So my h is equal to -3 and my k is equal to +1. So I have x minus -3 square plus y minus 1 square is equal to 2 square. And I do write this out just to remind me about the shifts, but I can just write x plus 3 square also. Then you are not confused where it's shifting to. So then my final step is then x plus 3 square plus y minus 1 square is equal to 4. X plus 3 square. Okay, so that is my red graph. And that means my red graph is the green graph shifted 3 units to the left and 1 unit up. And we can check it on the graph. If I take the endpoint here and I shift 1, 2, 3 to the left and 1 up, I get to that endpoint. If I take the center here, let us take the maximum there. If I shift 1, 2, 3 to the left and 1 up, I get my maximum value there. So it's 3 units to the left and up. If I look at my purple graph, I see the coordinates here of that point is the point x is equal to 0, y is equal to 3. And that point there is x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 3. Because it's on the same horizontal line. That's the widest part of the circle. So my radius will be 6 minus 0 divided by 2. That's 6 divided by 2, which is equal to 3. And then if I take the left point here and I count 1, 2, 3 back to get to my center, then my center will be at 3, 3. So my center is 3, 3. So in this case, my h is equal to 3 and my k is equal to 3. So my formula is x minus 3 square plus y minus 3 square. And in this case, my radius is also 3, so I can either write 3 square or I can write 9. So my purple graph is my green graph shifted 3 units to the right and 3 units